can understand how to play with the horse's nature, not work against it. There's nothing you can't do when he becomes part of you.
Tonight is about the world of possibilities with horses. About the world of possibilities. All of what you've seen so far is about communication. And the art of riding is about communication. It's about the ability to be able to communicate with horses in a way that they can understand. Karen's always got such a great line of saying it is up to the human to understand the horse language. It is not up to the horse to understand the human language. That's our goal. The first thing is language. We have to develop a language with horses. That's our job. We have to develop a language. And if we think about our world, when I say our world, eventing, dressage, jumping, naturally, how many people in here take lessons from a lot? Yeah, quite a lot. How many times do we think that in your instructor, that instructor spends his time saying, this is what the horse is doing. This is what the horse needs to do. He needs to be more engaged. He needs to come through. He needs to be more balanced. How many of those instructors at that point say, what is the horse thinking? Because if we can get into what he's thinking, then what he's doing follows. And it is our job to understand a language. It is the biggest weakness that I find, that I think happens, is people like me and Karen, is that we learn how to compete before we learn how to ride, and we learn how to ride before we develop a language with the horses. And what we want to try to get across is that we want you to develop a language, then ride, then compete. And to start that process, and we can start that process of language with horses. You ever seen horses out in the field playing with each other? Right, they run and they're biting here and they're biting here and they're doing all that kind of stuff, and they sit there like that. Yeah? I've always thought, I wonder if I could be the other horse. I wonder if I turned my horse out in the paddock by himself. I wonder if I could be the other horse. Because we ask to be the other horse. Because we take horses out of a social environment. We take them out of a herd. We put them in stalls. We put them in paddocks by themselves. We take their social environment away from them. And so we are their social environment. We have to be leaders of their herd. And we have to start to learn how to develop a fun language that we can use for everything that we're going to do. We start to work with these little games that we do that everybody can learn. Pat's got these 7 games that are based on how horses work with each other. You ever seen horses go after each other, right? They'll go after their hind end like that. You know, hey, I'm going to get you, right? You know, and they can do the same thing with the front end, right? They got a little spot like there, and then they say, go on. Yeah. You know, I'm going to get there, and you see horses go away, yeah, and then back. And so we can start to use these games, yeah, the way to develop a language. So pretty soon, you get that look of